I wasn't going to sing the song the other night when I was at St. James Cathedral in Piccadilly, because I say goddamn fag about 3 times. But at the end, someone actually requested it, and then I thought, of course, why am I thinking that way? Church is where your heart is, so to speak. And I have that trademarked. Just kidding. I usually, if I come up with a great idea, for someone else's song, I don't like them to be crediting me, and I don't want anything for it. I just want the chance to be creative everywhere I walk, like we all should. It's just like it gets so distorted and. You went home for Thanksgiving to be with your family. You were braced for the low-grade depression and the grayness of the disconnected life. And you had dinner, and as soon as you felt you could get away, you got away and stood there at the front door and turned around. And you went to say goodbye, but a flash went up your spine, and instead you said, you looked over at your mother, sitting there tidily in her chair with her ankles crossed. And you looked over at your father, who was in his easy chair, pretending he was reading the newspaper and flapping it every now and then. And a flash went up your spine, and you saw these flames start to climb up the living room walls. You went to say goodbye, and you said, "Father, thank you for the sacrifices you made for me. You didn't have a manual, and you helped make me as strong as I am." And your father, he rose from the easy chair, and he looked at his handsome son, and he said, "You goddamn fag." And he said, "Father, Father," and he lunged forward, stumbling, and he said, "You goddamn fag, forgive me, my darling boy." And you held your father in your arms while he cried. You are the roar of the lion in the cage at night, the roar of a mother bringing her baby back to life. And you made your way down the street, confused by a new kind of pain. The words "you goddamn fag" ringing in your ears, even though he didn't know if you were or weren't. And you stumbled down to the subway platform, and then you looked around, cause you heard some strange kind of music starting to play. And you looked at everybody and said, do you? And instead a woman screamed, and a baby cried, and the angels bent closer, pushing through the frightened crowd, and pulled you back just in time. Oh, may you never feel so alone again. May you feel the angels bent closer when you call. And may the subway tracks rise up and throw you back to friends. And may you see your own beauty as you see it in us all. But beyond all this, beyond all this, the magnificence of Gristle and the magnificence thing you need to recall, and it is this: you always have been, and you always will be. You always have been and always will be well.
Whoa!
Have you heard the expression, if you think you're enlightened, go home for Thanksgiving? Well, it's a great challenge. It comes by every year. This is called Let Me Be a Living Statue. Let me be a living statue, holding all that life can send. Let me be a living statue, knowing when to brace or bend. The eye within the hurricane, the spire within the spiraling storm, a gauge of love's eternal promise, whispered through each dawning morn. Let me be a living statue, stark against indifference. Let each moment move through me deeply, joy and sorrow pure and tense. Let me be the faith that knows no bounds, no meager more my chosen sound, the sound of exaltation, ever upward count. Though the jagged winds despair to ever rise above the sound, so the human soul in rising up still panics that will drown. As you flow through those before me, now I separate my rings. I consider this the lily, and I accept all that this brings, facing fully to the wind, not turning from the hardest parts. Let me be a living statue, fearless though my pounding heart. Let me be a living statue, holding on you. If you give me your email tonight, I'll send you the version that's not on the record, but it has Katie Lang singing more of a duet with me than what's on the record. And I'd be glad to send it to you as a gift. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a new song that I'm just going to play a bit of. It's called "It's Time to Know Our Names," and it sounds a little bit like what Charlie played in that, which sounds like an older song of mine. But I'm going to just let that go and what's this? Love be in our eyes and ears, and on our lips and in our hearts. Love be on my lips and in my eyes and ears and in my heart, my heart. It's time to know our names. I think it will be really good for choirs because it's time to know our names, and everyone can hold a note, and it's just a drone. So time to know our names, to know our names, time to know our names, to know our names, to know our names, to know our names. There it is. And then the other part goes. Turns to day and day turns to night, and as tonight, and then night calls the dawn, and the dawn calls the birds, and the birds call the frogs, and the world wakes up, and then it goes into dusk until dusk calls the birds to bed, and calls the mice and all the night animals. So everything's like going like this. Against this, and it's time to let love be on our lips and in our eyes and in our hearts. Love be on our lips and in our eyes and in our hearts, our hearts. It's time to know, and these parts can be sung over each other, part of them. It's time to know our name, to know our name, to know our names. So that's something probably that's easier to record in pieces and then to do live, but I wanted to play that for you a little bit. I took a very long first set, and so I'm going to just play. I don't want anyone to leave wanting, but this is a song called... I had a coughing fit earlier today and sort of blew out my vocal cords, so pardon me, but everyone knows that you don't go to a show to hear the singer hit the high note. You go to hear her miss the high note, and everyone wakes up. Huh? Instant brain paralysis. Okay, so you may know this from Katie Lang's version. My sister, Catherine Dawn. Shrewsbury area. I'm holding court there in April at a cafe called In Good Hands, and I've booked all kinds of exciting things, like speakers, the town crier. Everyone should know their town crier. And an extreme brutal marathon runner who's going to give tips to people on how to do marathons if you want to. And music, I'm trying to get Charlie Dore to come up one night. And if you're a singer and want to come up and sing 3 songs on a Saturday night, it's jazz standards night, and I need some singers. And most importantly, the little lambs are going to start dropping pretty soon, right? Almost time. And the hills are quiet. And I realize it's because there aren't lambs yet, and that's how they find their mothers. And the mothers find their babies. So it's going to be completely different when I go there. And I can hardly wait. And walking through those back roads where no one was there, just these beautiful hedges full of like ghosts of badgers and ghosts of foxes, all alive, but not there at that moment. And oh my God, and me with my dog, and he knows we're here to take care of animals, not to scare them or hurt them ever, and he's getting that. Last time I went to visit some horses, I was standing there at the barbed wire fence. I hate the barbed wire. I hate it. It's so hostile, just like those arms on benches so homeless people can't sleep. Hostile. Hurts animals and people. Anyway, I was feeding the horses, and I was feeding them pink salt too, so I'd give them an apple and then carrot and then trick them with pink salt, and they go, "Wah!" And then they'd lick my hand. They loved it after they knew what to expect. And then my dog usually barks, but I looked down and he was sitting right at my feet waiting for me to give him something too. The 3 of us in the moonlight. I mean, the 2 horses. Oh my God, life couldn't be better. Oh my God. So, spring is in the air. Spring is everywhere. Spring is in the air. And the little lambs, the little lambs. Shikanaya Shivaleth, we are walking with Melody J. Ray Shivaleth, we are singing with, and we're moving towards the gates of the city and looking out at the great vast expanse. What's out there? Something dark. It's swirling and whirling and getting close to the earth. Something we've been needing for a long time. Most people are bored of music. We need something to come in that we can listen to over and over and over and over and over again. Like a little lamb springing in the air. Spring is in the air. Oh, the rivers are starting to run, and the sap is starting to move, and the ice is starting to break, and the geese are starting to return, and the robins are showing up. Spring is in the air. Even as we hunker down, there's a different sense of things. Even as we hunker down, there is hope in the air. Even as we stand at the gates of the city, looking out at the vast expanse, there's a new music coming, and we don't know how it'll sound. There's a new music in the air that we've needed for a long time. And love is the only thing that can transform darkness. I don't know if I believe we go on anywhere after death, or maybe that's just it. I tried to get my mother to take clairvoyance lessons and telepathy before she died, but she said, "I'll be too busy." Maybe it is just it, but so many things have happened in my life that make me feel a sense of continuity. Doesn't matter. Spring is in the air. Spring is in the air. Spring is in the air. So everyone come to Shrewsbury in April and come see the little lambs, the little lambs. Dropping from their mamas and then making sound across the hills. And come sing a jazz standard with me. Oh, 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 oh. I know that you have to be aware of train times here, so I'm not going to change the set because of that, but I just wanted to give you my sympathy as we go over. This is a song called Geranium, and I'm going to finish with this, and then if you want an encore, I'm going to get Charlie to come up and sing Calling All Angels with me, and you sing too. So wherever the voices are raised in the sound of brother and sisterhood, or where two or more, or whatever, is some greater than the parts, which is a joyful sound. And probably there's so much consciousness in this room from you, and I hope that after this night we go out enhanced by what we've spent together. I send it out, it goes into you, it comes back to me enhanced for me, and then it goes back with both of us to you, and that's what can't happen on a record. It only happens live in a music venue, and it's a miracle. So I hope we all go out after this into the world, and that when you go to get your car, you feel like your car is really happy to see you. Or that you can write the greatest song in the world. And anyway, to hold this good energy, and that somewhere far away somewhere where someone's impoverished on many levels, they'll just stir a little bit in their sleep and a little tiny smile on their face. So this is called Geranium, and it's mother and father, and then their baby, the newborn baby, and that time when three people are in love with each other. And then you have another baby, and that time is over. You never get to be in love with just two people anymore. You share it, and it's different, but the new baby gets like a 15 minutes fame, so to speak. But that perfect love, when you forget you have brothers and sisters or whatever, it's just you, and if you're fortunate enough to have. I don't remember a box, I don't remember a bowl, I do remember a gunnel, ribs, thump of a paddle. I do remember women's voices, and then being carried across some water, shoreline, white pines, ravens, wilderness. I don't remember where I was when I first was lifted up. I don't remember where I was when I first held the cup. I only know that you were there. I looked into your eyes, and there I saw a world so. I don't remember a bowl, I do remember a box. The box much smaller than you when you were born. Your father stumbling once, carrying your box across the lawn. I do remember the minister's shoes and a lawnmower nearby, a drop of dew, geraniums, and the crumpled Kleenex in my mother's hand beside. I don't remember where I was when I first was lifted up. Charlie, please come up. And if you feel like singing, please do.
I knew they brought the mix.
Oh, yeah, thank you for coming. Are you single or gay?
Yes, all
Sorry.
of those.
Oh, you're single. Thank you very much. Are you? You're beautiful. Yeah, catch that train. They're always escaping.
We were having too much fun, weren't we?
Yeah, you ready? Let me just go right into it. Oh, is Ruth still here? Ruth?
Ruth's still here.
Oh, Ruth Theodore, who's playing next week with me. Very interesting.
Shall I do it?
Very interesting. You were doing third harmony downstairs, so it was beautiful. So just use those lyrics and wrong but strong's fine. Just go for it. Like don't walk on eggshells with me or dilated ovums.
If you do it wrong, do it twice.
No, everyone knows that trick. It's better to do it wrong and not repeat it, and then it makes really discomfort. 3. Santa Maria, Santa Teresa, Santa Anna, Santa Susanna, Santa Cecilia, Santa Coppelia, Santa Domenica, Mary Angelica, Frater Ashad, Frater Pietro, Julianus, Petronella, Santa, Santos, Miroslav, Vladimir, and all the rest. Old man is placed upon the steps, and a baby cries. High above, the church bells start to ring, and as the heaviness, oh, the body. Somewhere you can hear a mother sing. Then it's one step, then the other, as you step out on the road. You step out on that road. How much weight? How much? Then it's how long and how far, how many times. Oh, before it's too late. Calling all angels, calling all angels. Walk me through this one. Don't leave me alone. Calling all angels, calling all angels. We're trying, we're hoping, but we're not sure how this goes. On every day you gaze upon that sunset with such love and intensity. Why, it's almost as if, oh, if you could only crack the code, then you'd finally understand what this all means. Oh, and if you could, do you think you would trade it all the pain and suffering? Oh, but then you'd miss the beauty of the light upon this earth, and then the sweetness of the leaves. Calling all angels, calling all angels. Walk me through this one. Don't leave Dore and Charlie
Well
Dore.
done.
And thank
John
you.
Siberry.
Thank you so much, and we'll be out to say hello, to me your email, and God bless you. Thank you for joining me.